Howdy and welcome to North Texas Serves. I'm your host, Kelly Bob Byron. I'm here with my wife, Jennifer, on this very cold day. We are in Quakertown Park in Denton. This is episode 11. Hope Ministries. Wayne Ailshire is the man in charge. He started the organization, but we've got a couple of volunteers here with us. Mark Calabrese is the first one we're going to talk to. Mark, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Yes, I'm very blessed on this cold day. Yes,
so how did you get involved here?
well, Terry and I, which is my girlfriend, used to do the homeless ministry in South St. Paul in Dallas. Somebody had taken Terry found this on Facebook, and so we decided to join. It's been almost 3 months, and it's God's He's just taking over.
What all do you do here?
We feed them the word, feed them some food. We donate. We have people give out donations throughout the week. You know, clothes, toboggans, coats, all that stuff this time of year, and backpacks, sleeping bags, and all that stuff. And we just disperse that out to them. I mean, it's as a whole, it's grown so much. Like the lady was saying that started this, they started out with 8 people, and I think at one time we've had up to 60 people coming in here.
And there's probably 30 people here, and
yes.
The temperature's in the 30s.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
Not exactly a good day to. Yeah, it's coming out.
Yeah, it's a God thing, and it's amazing to see how God works. I mean, this thing has grown. When we take donations and food and stuff like that, there's not one time that we didn't have enough food. And if you trust and have faith in Him, that's how it works.
That's right. Maybe we want to invite Paul in here to talk with us, and we can see where
Paul,
he's
how
been.
long have you been part of this group, this organization?
From day one. I was kind of doing some freelance stuff.
Yeah.
Working camps, things like that.
Yeah.
And we met on Facebook over a box of free Bibles. We were both trying to get them and take them to the right people.
That's great. You got them there, I'm sure. Great.
Absolutely.
There's a big old line of people over there ready for some food.
Yes.
And there's a food truck here too, isn't there?
There is.
Yes.
They used to go out to Mac Park and do an outreach out there, I think on Tuesdays or something like that.
Yes.
The food truck?
Yep.
Yeah, so now they're helping out here today?
Absolutely. And then I think some of the coolest things about this whole operation is how God works in it. And I think what we come up with is got to be a God thing. One story I remember that always hits my mind that was crazy. So we brought all the food out. We had all the utensils. We had everything except a bean ladle. And I remember looking at my wife saying, we forgot the bean ladle. And then we noticed a lady walking across the park, all the way across the park, wondering what we were doing over here. And the only thing she had in her hand was a bean ladle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And there's lots of stories like that goes on.
It's a God thing.
God thing.
God
for sure.
sent us a bean ladle.
That's awesome. So Wayne, this is Wayne Ailshire. He is the founder of Bridging Hope Ministries. And so he said you've been doing this 5 months, 6 months?
Yeah, here at the park, about 5 or 6 months.
Okay, right here at the park. How did this come about?
So actually, we started this about 3 years ago. The nonprofit called Road to Damascus. It started at Mac Park with 7 homeless guys, and we was over there just feeding them sandwiches. And so we appreciate everything you do for us. But one of the things that we need is new shoes. People give us worn out shoes, and we do a lot of walking. I said, you're absolutely right. And I went on Facebook and said, hey, we need some new shoes. And we had one lady went to JCPenney's, bought brand new New Balances and Nikes. We ended up with 20-something pairs of shoes instead of the 7. And then went to pick those shoes up from one lady, and she gave us a check for $1,000 and said, go feed them.
Wow. Wow.
And so that's what we started. And we just trust in God that He's always made a way. And we've seen the few people come off the streets and actually get into their own place, and we've also seen some that that didn't make it, that passed away due to the weather or due to flooding and And one of the stories that really touched me, and actually we were on the news, made the newspaper, is there was a gentleman called Turtle, and he had social anxiety. He couldn't be around people, so he couldn't go in the shelter. He was diabetic, and he got too cold. The temperatures dropped really low, and he froze to death in his tent. And his parents lived in Indiana. They drove 18 hours to come get his remains because they didn't want it mailed to him in the post. That was the first time we actually had an opportunity to connect with the families, of the people that we serve.
Yeah.
And I took the mom to the place where he, camped out at, and so she was able to place the cross there, and we had a little memorial service.
Wow.
And yeah,
So 3 years you've been doing this. How, besides coming here at 3 o'clock on Sunday or 2:30, whatever, to bring food, how else can people help?
well, our thing is connecting and building relationships. They can come out here and just love on people. And we're always needing donations, whether it be personal hygiene stuff, sleeping bags, tents, shoes. They need stuff. So anything that people can, donate to that would be greatly appreciated.
So if they wanted to send money, they just go on Facebook, find Bridging Hope Ministries, and just message you there.
And they can actually also email me at wayne@findthebridge.com.
Wayne at findthebridge.com. Very good.
Yeah, giving them hope. I think that the hope is a big thing, because when they're in the situation, they feel like they've lost it all.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I really tell people I guess it encourages me is for the moment that they're here, they know they're still homeless, but for that moment, they feel connected to a world that they thought rejected them. Because I bring my kids out here, they throw the football together, and we're family.
Yeah.
It's like a family.
It's like a family reunion.
That's the way to
Every
be.
Sunday.
Yeah, because we are a family, right?
Yeah.
All brothers and sisters.
One of the things that I always tell people is together we can make a difference, and it takes a village to take care of a village, and we just need people, to come out and love on them, and this is their community as well as our community, and we need to embrace them and make them feel like, this community loves them, and we can do everything we can to, change the circumstances. I always say this is not their destination; it's a situation that they find themselves in, and it's our responsibility to help them get back on their feet, back in society.
Yeah. So you do this every Sunday, 3 o'clock.
But now, in our big goal, some of the big visions that God's given us is we want to create a ranch and have a community where they can come and it's be garden and everything. Have a place that they can call their own.
Yeah. You are trying to mentor them and help them out. Off of the
And that's the thing. Just let them know that we're going to walk this process out with them. They're not on their own. We've talked to some of the city council people. Matter of fact, Tuesday they're having an open workshop. They're going to start talking a little bit more about the homelessness situation here. So we got some things going. So
and there's plenty of people here willing to work. So if you know somebody that needs workers, there's some here. Get out there and help somebody. The more you give, the more you receive, because you can't outgive God, right? That's my tagline. So get out there and help somebody.
Can you even see what you're fighting for? Bloodlust and a holy war. Listen up, hear the patriots shout. Times are changing. In the end, the choice was clear. Take a shot in the face of fear. Fist up in the firing line. Times are changing. Do you believe that
to see a community rally around those brothers and sisters who are suffering.